So you're obviously going to vote no. You wanted the extension of these subsidies. You wanted to keep health care insurance premiums lower. Republicans are saying, yeah, but your shutdown was all a political stunt. They call it a shameful spectacle, a charade, and that you got nothing except to hurt the American people. What's your response?
If you recall, the last 44 days, Mike Johnson, the Speaker, did not have the House open to have this discussion about health care, about affordability generally. We could have had that discussion over that time. We could have had a solution on the impending healthcare crisis. We could have also talked about federal workers and contractors instead of just having the Senate come up with their own plan. And so we could have done all of that in the House, but instead he shut the doors of the House and we get what the Senate gives us. And those of you who don't know, what the Senate also gave us was basically 8 Republican senators are going to be pocketing millions of dollars of taxpayer money, too. They were being investigated during January 6th, and so they gave us a terrible bill. They made it worse in a lot of ways.
So is this it? I mean, are you going to go through this again at the end of January? Is this a fight that you are going to continue? How do you help Americans who are opening these bills right now, every day, today, and seeing their premiums skyrocket to unaffordable levels in some cases?
We're going to push a discharge petition to get a floor vote on the extension of the ACA tax credits, a 3-year extension, and try to address this affordability crisis on health care that way. And then there's a lot of other things we need to do on health care, too. The cost of health care is skyrocketing, and some of it is because the subsidies are expiring, but some of it is because everything's becoming more expensive. Tariffs are making things more expensive. The cost of care generally is more expensive. Well, those are bipartisan things that we can work on together, and we should have been working on in the last 44 days.
The White House is firing back at Democrats in the House for releasing the Epstein emails today, accusing you of trying to deflect attention from the longest government shutdown. Why did House Democrats release those emails today?
It was somewhat coincidental because we got the batch of files from the estate about last week, and it takes time to go through them. And so we found that Donald Trump was mentioned several times in a way that contradicted things Ghislaine Maxwell said. We thought it was worthwhile that the public see that. Since then, I think the full committee has actually released all of the files. I think partially in a way of distracting from that news. But in any case, we've always said that the public deserves transparency. We're really confused why the president won't release the files. And when we see him show up in these documents that the estate and other people are providing us, it paints a more interesting picture and maybe a motivation behind why he hasn't released the files.
What did you make of the fact that Congressman Lauren Boebert, one of the few Republicans who wants to have these files released, was summoned to the Situation Room at the White House today to meet with reportedly the FBI Director, Kash Patel, and the Attorney General, Pam Bondi?
Again, that doesn't scream, I have nothing to hide, right? It seems like the actions of this president and this administration indicate that they are trying to continue the cover-up. This whole investigation to Jeffrey Epstein, this whole saga has been about the federal government and powerful people and rich people covering up these terrible, terrible crimes against young girls, more than 1,000 young girls. And the victims have told us over and over again, we almost don't trust anyone anymore to protect us and to stand up for us. And so we want to do things differently on the Oversight Committee. We want a full investigation. We want to get to the bottom of everything that's available there.
Okay.
And these actions, trying to pressure Lauren Boebert, seems like more of a cover-up and more of the same.
Well, Lauren Boebert says she's still voting to release the files, so they didn't change your mind after this extraordinary meeting, at least as of 7:16 East Coast time. She could change her mind. Who knows? Congressman Subramanyam, you got a late night there at the Capitol, about to go in and vote. Thanks for joining us.